Oh, she told me I'm recording. Someone trust her. So, just for while we're kind of piggybacking on a couple of things, I'll just have everybody kind of mute for now. And I'm going to take about 5 minutes to kind of talk a little bit about like product and company and different things. Miss Sarah Keener, I'll hand it off to her and she will talk a little bit about opportunity, the business side of things. And this is just to paint what's possible. For anybody that watches this live or you get the link back, this is simply, we love to put choices in front of people because we are loving the products. We are blessed by the business side, the community, all of the things. And we'd be remiss if we didn't tell people about it. And if you want more information, I would love to schedule follow-ups with people. So I'll kind of reach out to people after the call. And if you don't, that's cool too. I would love anybody's feedback on what you liked and didn't like about the call, about the business, about what you hear about the products, because I'm a sponge. I want to know how we can get better, and I'm a researcher. So if you're like, hey, what's this, or do you have an answer to this question? I don't know it. I will learn. So yay for that. I love to be stumped because opportunity for growth, right? So, we'll just kind of kick off to some of the things about these Arbonne products. There's over 200 in the company that's been around since 1980, so a year longer than I have been around on this earth. So it is a tried and true company. It is of originally Swiss origin. They do have a base in, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, but California, here in the US, but they've got offices across the globe. And so it started off mostly skincare and has evolved to over 200 products, all the nutrition stuff we were just talking about, which we'll kind of go through that real quick. But for anyone that knows me as a CNHP, which is a certified natural health professional, knows that I'm like super hard and scrutinizing on companies. And one of my biggest things is ditch and switch. Not everything all at once, but a little at a time to get educated on, well, what's in the products that I'm using? Are those the best for me? And if not, what is something better I can have on deck for when I'm about to run out? I can have that where I've ordered it, it's come in, or I've gone and bought it if it's at a store. And so, Arbonne kind of fell into my lap after I'd quit my corporate job, after I'd started just seeing a handful of people, you know, with personal wellness consults, and I'm up to about 9, clients now on that side of things. But I like to have companies that I have vetted that I can recommend to people, whether it's the laundry detergent I use called Rebel Greens, whether it's the therapeutic grade oils I use from Young Living, whether it's some of the supplements I use from Nature's Sunshine, or the products I'm starting to love from Arbonne. Arbonne, if you don't know anything about it, is gluten, soy, and dairy free. They don't have any artificial colors, any artificial preservatives or flavors. They have over 2,000 ingredients that are not in their products. So they have a pretty big naughty list. Whereas our own FDA, Go America, bans about 11 or so. It may be more towards 20 now, but it's still like pretty puny number. And so I've said this before, but no matter which side of the pond you're on, Europe or America, these chemicals act the same. So the fact that they're not banned here makes me a little bit disappointed, and I think we can do better. So when I'm looking at clean products, like this is one of the companies that I'm like, this is top notch. Then I actually tried the products for myself. I started with nutrition. I did the 30 days, saw a lot of gut bloat go away, energy levels kind of go up, and also like 2/3 less hair loss. Y'all, I shed more than my dogs typically, but I do not have those clumps in the shower anymore. And like, that's huge. And that speaks to, minerals and nutrition and different things that my body is getting that I wasn't, getting, even though I was doing supplementation. There's a lot of stuff you can take in and it goes right through you if it's not quality and it's not really bioavailable. So just really high standard products. And then the company itself is a B corporation, which just like super quick, higher testing standards, more transparency, and they are a people over product company. And so and Sarah will get into this, but the way that we grow is by growing other people. And for me, as someone who like loves God and loves people, that aligns with what I want to do because it's lonely at the top if there's nobody with you. So if you're growing and you're becoming successful it's so much more fun to have other people along with you. And that also speaks to like the community that's in Arbonne that has been amazing. Sarah and I had a call earlier. Jess and I had a call this past weekend. Like, we're not like helicopter people where we're like always in each other's lives, but it's like throughout the week, you are not forgotten. Like, you touch base with people. People are available. And if one's not available, somebody else is going to hit you up and answer your question. So it's not oh, I'm going to join something and then get this box and not know what to do with it. It's a community, it's education, it's resources, it's quality products. And I've been just like super impressed all the way around by everything. So I mentioned real quick, I'll kind of wrap this part up, just with mentioning a few things. We do have a Green Gut Glow. And Elena, I know that you've used it. Me and Sarah and Jess have all used it. But that's kind of like, if you want something that's a really easy nutrition, like gateway into that. Hey mama, I see you on here.
Sorry, I'm.
If you have like a gateway to nutrition, that's super easy because it's just a morning supplement. You take your 36 fruits and vegetables, you take your digestive enzymes, you take your pre and probiotics, and then you take a collagen builder that helps your body produce its own collagen with hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, lots of good stuff. So you put those three things in a drink or a shot, whatever is your flavor, and you can either knock it back or sip on it, throughout the morning. And there's your one thing. If that's your capacity, start there. We also have a healthy habit set, which also includes our vegan protein, which is 20 grams of vegan protein. So it's pea, chicory, and rice, if I'm correct, as far as the protein content where it comes from. But then over 20 other vitamins and minerals, which I believe between that and the greens is what I can attribute my like not losing as much hair to. Our bodies show being nourished a lot of different ways and undernourished a lot of different ways. So I know that just between doing my Green Gut Glow in the morning and adding a shake in a day, that is giving me more nourishment that my body can use than I was getting before. And I eat really healthy. Like, I'm a healthy person. It wasn't like I had like leaps and bounds to go, but this was really fine tuning for me. And the fizz is something else that comes in the healthy habits, which is there's a lot of different flavors. It's not going to be a soda. It's not going to taste like that, but it is something that as you kind of get, used to having that, every day, twice a day, every couple of days, if you just need that pick me up, it's a great alternative. That's vitamins and minerals and amino acids and good stuff that your body needs rather than that artificial junk, which Elena, before we started recording, you mentioned like spike and crash, right? Which happens when we eat the sugary things and the chemical things, and it's like this fake energy rather than stuff that fuels our body. And detox tea is really awesome because it's great at night for like a relaxer. It has liver and kidney support, so I love all that good stuff, right? So healthy habits is like, okay, if I can do a little bit more than just a morning supplement, I could maybe do a shake for breakfast or lunch. I could do my fizz instead of at least one of my sodas a day or a bang or whatever I normally have. Maybe do some tea at night. And we always tell people try it for at least 2 weeks, if not 30 days, because you got to give your body time to adjust and actually see what's going on and how it responds. And then we can tweak from there. And then kind of like your biggest leap into the nutritional side is doing that 30 days is that 30 days is kind of your like blueprint and reset. So that is taking your Green Gut Glow supplement that we talked about in the morning, doing a shake for breakfast, or I love me a good smoothie bowl. I will give you some recipes. Then you're having a healthy snack, something that's whole foods, not a lot of junk or preservatives. Then you're having another shake kind of for lunchtime, another healthy snack, and a healthy dinner. So you're eating real food, but those of us on here can attest. It's giving you a blueprint on how often to eat, what kinds of things to eat, and supplementing with really quality products that are going to continue to nourish your body. And you can also flip flop that around. If you're like, well, I'm going out to lunch with a friend, have your bigger meal at lunch, have a shake for dinner. Like, do you make it fit you? And we're an 80-20 like promotion of the lifestyle where it's 80% of the time we're trying to serve our bodies and be good stewards of these things that God gave us in this life for as long as we have them. 20% of the time we're going to have that piece of chocolate cake. We're going to, eat the candy bar. We're going to go have the milkshake with our kids, whatever it is. You know what I mean? That bubbly at dinner. So, it's got to be sustainable, and it's a little at a time. Like I mentioned earlier, ditch and switch is not everything all at once. It's not only my products, but the dollars I'm spending on products, I'm going to shift a little bit every month. And when we make little changes consistently over time, we can look back and see a lot of great things happen. So, that's just a little bit about some of the products. There's, of course, I've been using hair care and skincare and things that I know don't have cancer causing, hormone disrupting ingredients in them. So I could talk about product all day long. But I want to let Miss Sarah Keener kind of have the spotlight for a second, because not only is it great to get your foot in the door using product and making those changes so that you can physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually benefit from not only the products, but the group, but then it could be something that could be really beneficial to you and your family, whether it's, I just want to support my Arbonne habit and pay for my stuff, whether I want to have a little bit of side hustle so we can save up for that trip that we wanted, or get a new car, whatever it is that you're saving for, or it's, hey, I want to eventually replace income and have the time and financial freedom to work for myself. I'll let Sarah talk to that stuff, because she's got some good info and a great testimony about that as well. So I'll make sure you're unmuted, Sarah.
Yay! Oh man, I'm so excited to see you all. Hi, Donna, Lena, Elena. I hope I'm saying everybody's names right. And of course, Jess and Amanda, which we're like sisters. So, natural hello to them always. But we're so excited that you guys are here. Oh man, I'm going to really just try to respect your time and wrap this up. But, I was praying as Amanda was sharing how proud I am of her. And, kudos to Amanda, just because she's not going to do it, but Jess and I would all day long. Amanda came into this business at the beginning of the year, and she has rocked our worlds in the most beautiful way, because she has led from the front, but she's led with the Lord by her side the whole entire time. And she has definitely given him some incredible glory. And I know all of you that know her are not surprised by that, because that's how she lives her life. But she, you guys can go to earnings.arbonne.com to see what's typical. I will only paint what's possible with him. So you're never going to hear me paint typicals. But essentially, Amanda just promoted to the first promotion, and she's on track for some incredible things coming up. And none of us are surprised by that. She's definitely a hard worker. She's incredibly gritty. But most importantly, her heart is for him, number one, and for the glory of what she's hopefully able to be his hands and feet in. And so I just wanted to say, we're so proud of you. And you represent what's possible, Amanda, truly, when it comes to the business. I'm here just as hopefully a mouthpiece to kind of share with you guys also what's possible. I've been a part of Arbonne for 15 years. I'm what's called a regional vice president. I started this business when I was an interior designer. So I went to college and loved what I did. Got a lot of private school college, by the way, expensive debt. And rolled out of that with an interior design degree and moved to Springfield, Missouri, actually back closer to home. And I jumped in the field. I loved it. I did residential design. And so give me a fabric, I'll do your whole house, but don't ever ask me to do a craft, because I can't focus on the little things. I can only focus on the big things. And so kind of funny how God gave me this beautiful passion. And never say never, because what I said was, I will never do anything else. I love this so much. And then I had a baby. They change everything, right, girls? Those of you that are moms. Had a baby, and essentially I was like, well, Brayden was 18 months old when Arbonne found me. And I had really, it was God's timing, of course, and I had gotten into the groove of begrudgingly dropping him off at daycare every day, running to my office, hammering out an 8-hour day, getting him from daycare just in time to put him back to bed. And I thought to myself, I don't want to have any regrets when my kids walk out the door at 18, because we wanted to build a bigger family. And so if you've ever felt that mom shame or guilt, or you've been just in a place in your life where you're like, maybe I'm not even a mom, but is there more to life than like the grind of whatever? And even though I was doing well with what I was doing, I didn't know that it should be my forever, if that makes any sense to you guys. And so I prayed that my husband would get a different job. My cousin walked through my phone door one day and said, hey, I think you need to look at this company called Arbonne. And my initial reaction was, you're doing that? I will help you. That's not for me. And so I don't know if any of you guys have ever felt that way, but I just wanted to support her. And that may be exactly why you're on the call tonight, is just to support your sweet friend. But that's what I was for Alyssa, I thought. And so she drove all the way from Edmond, Oklahoma. She said she had no friends. I was like one of her people. So I said, well, sure, I'll just invite my design girls to come over. So I invited my design girls to come over. We had a class. And Carrie McDonald came and painted a vision for me of what was possible with my life. And I could not unsee what I saw. I saw a community of women that were supporting each other in a positive way, that were completely pulling greatness, God's greatness, out of each other. I had never been a part of a community that great, even though I had a really good community, to be honest. And I saw people that were a lot more successful than me in the design world, working a lot less hours for way more pay. And I thought to myself, on their own terms with freedom. And I thought, what in the world am I doing? So I said yes to Arbonne, and I was terrified of failing. And I'll tell you guys, besides God and family, absolute best decision I've ever made. So weaving the opportunity into my story, essentially was, I just started serving people. I didn't know what mission was, but now we're very clear on that I really just tried to serve you, love you, and prayerfully be God's hands and feet. Maybe we could change your life through this vehicle, because it was changing mine. I was gaining confidence in me as a non-athlete, never had even set a goal before Arbonne. It was building my confidence to realize, wait, God did create me for more than where I am. The rest of my life could be the best of my life, right? And so it was that. It was community. It was also opportunity. It was seeing that I could just get out of my comfort zone, become more of a leader, and follow in my leader's footsteps and build people. And so that's really what the business model is the more people you help, they become successful. You do have to put others first in this business. You can't even put your personal business first. It works, but it doesn't only works so far. Like putting your team's business before yours and helping them succeed. That's actually when you truly become successful. So I started learning that. I became an area manager with Arbonne. I learned how to lead. And that was when my husband looked at me and he said, I think you should keep doing Arbonne. So I'll be disclaimer, prior to that, my husband wasn't really nice about Arbonne, not super on board about Arbonne, if I'm being transparent. I also was a terrible communicator about what this was really going to do, what I believed for our family. But I'd like to think we've both grown since then. And with his 3 words, or however many, you should keep doing this, like 5, I knew he was like so all in, as all in he was going to be at the moment. And so I knew at that time I needed to become serious. And we actually shortly thereafter became what's called a regional vice president. District manager, just so you know, is the first promotion. And as a district manager, that's where a man is at. Average earnings are $200 to $1,000 a month. And so that's where I told you guys, I learned that I could have confidence in me. I could attain something in my life, and then became an area manager and learned, and I only had 2 people in my organization. So I don't ever like to boast of big numbers, because truly it's quality. It's building the right people. And that's truly what God led me to. And so that's when I became a leader, and my husband said, I think Arbonne's a good idea, I guess. And then regional vice president is the 3rd promotion. So I was big and pregnant with number 2. I have 3 precious babies. They're my why. They're my reason I do what I do. And essentially had Brinley, or right after I earned my white Mercedes in Arbonne. And so I was determined to do that before that baby came, and it changed our life. And as an area, I don't even know if I shared that. Average earnings are about 1,000 to 3,500 a month. And so as an area, I was like, I have some freedom now. I think I'm going to like walk away from my job. And then as a regional vice president, average earnings there are about 5,000 to 16,000 a month. And so this is where my husband decided that, whoa, this was a for sure good idea. And he had freedom as well. And so it was really cool to see him at almost 40 years old to actually go back to school to become a professional pilot because of this incredible business. And he did not make an income for almost 4 years. And I'm not saying that that was easy. He was very successful. He was in banking. And so we went from where he was to nothing. But again, God gave us this incredible vehicle, and he just wanted us to focus on serving, loving, and changing lives. And he's always provided for us in that. And had my third amazing baby at that time as well, when my husband was going back to school to become a professional pilot. Britton, her middle name is Joy because she's truly a beautiful bookend to our family. And then essentially after that, husband was gainfully employed. Praise the Lord. I remember that day in August of 2018. And then here we are today in 2020. So lots of life lessons, but I'll get to tell you that I love that I've been able to be helped by these incredible products. I'm an IBS person. I was talking to Elena, and I used to be, I should say, Elena. And these incredible nutrition products helped me 13 years ago not have any more symptoms. And you guys can go to results.arbonne.com to see what's typical when it comes to products. But let me tell you, I've lived this way for 13 years, 80% eating anti-inflammatory, and it has completely changed my world. So Elena, I'm so in your corner. Message me anytime. Like, I want you to experience life to the fullest with like minimal to no inflammation, because that's what I've experienced. And I truly believe in what I get to share. And so, yes, of course, the products were amazing, but you guys know that really, truly, health and wellness is a multi-trillion 4.4 industry. E-commerce is also the same, and Arbonne's just beautifully intersected in between. And those are awesome facts, and you guys may be more of a facty girl and let me know afterwards, and I'll pour them on you. But to me, it's about the people, it's about the purpose, and it's about the mission. And if I can get behind something, to me, that really has changed me in some way, big or small. And I could just help other people with that. And the best product we have is not a product. It's the community we offer and the opportunities we share. And to be able to take someone that can barely look you in the eye and to be able to nurture them and love them and, help them hopefully through the Lord overcome where they are and show them they can go anywhere in life. There will be nothing more fulfilling in your life than raising people to become who God created them to be. And this business will teach you how to do that. You don't need to know how to do it, but this business will raise you up to be the same. And I think you guys are chosen. You're here for a reason. And our amazing leader, because she is Amanda, whether you're watching live or recorded, Amanda chose you for this. And it may be that you're not a product girl. It may be that you're not a business girl. You might be a combination of both and didn't know it until you listened more tonight. You may be none of it. You don't know, but she sees so much in you that she said, I want to do this call for you. And this is going to be a bit of a set apart call, a bit more intimate. So we're really grateful you guys chose to come. Last promotion in Arbonne's called National Vice President. I almost forgot about it. Average earnings start at about $21,000 monthly, and there's no cap to what you make. And yes, you'll build a multi-million-dollar business if you just never quit. But you know what? If that is what your focus is, I think that you'll easily be hopefully redirected to really, it's who you become along the way to get to that place, and it's the lives that you change. And I think that you'll see the heart of this team is not going to be like any other company that you've ever seen. I think you're going to come in here. I think you're going to see that our bigger mission as a team is to sponsor whatever God deems as the number of orphans every single month into Christian homes. We have 3 different organizations we're working with, and we would love to give you guys links after this call. So please ask Amanda for those privately if you guys want to look at maybe sponsoring orphans as well, or maybe just as a part of this. I don't know. But I just want you guys to know that we're grateful for you. We believe God created greatness inside of you. You have a purpose of why you are here. And you are called and set apart for a reason. And so Arbonne, maybe, I don't know, it might be your vehicle like it was for Jess and Amanda and I, to serve countless for him. So we're excited you're here. Thanks for being on tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. Well, I'll let Jess kind of wrap it up because she has some amazing perspective when it comes to self-limiting beliefs and hesitations and different things that she has overcome. And I think testimonies are so much greater when people have actually walked through something and overcome it rather than just like a head knowledge of like, well, this is logically how you do it. But like, she's done it and she's somebody I look up to a lot. So I'll let her kind of wrap up that part and then I'll stop the recording just so it doesn't go too long. But I definitely want to give Jess 3 to 5 minutes at least to kind of tell her part. And then anybody that does have questions, make sure that you see the chat because I've been typing some information in there too, and then you can send them there or text me. So Jess, I'll leave it to you.
All right, my love. So Amanda told me I get to be the bow, so I'm closing this. I'm the caboose on this call. So I will be the bow tonight. But yeah, my name is Jess Weirman. So I have been in Arbonne. Actually, this month is 2 years for me. And I was one that was very similar to Sarah and saying, you know what? I will support my friends, but no business like this is for me. And I think it's unfortunate because, you know, businesses like this get a really bad rap, whether people call them multi-level marketing or social selling. But I have to say, I did my research on Arbonne, and it's been around 43 years. As Amanda said, it was born in Arbonne, Switzerland. We have stayed on mission from our founder, Petter Morick, from Jump Street. From day one, it has been the same thing. And Petter unfortunately passed away, but his son Stian has taken over the business. And like we said, he's completely stayed on mission. So Arbonne is one that will grow you. It is something that you're encouraged in personal growth. And I can honestly say, you know, as Amanda was saying, self-limiting beliefs, I was like, one, what are people going to think that I'm doing this? Because I work a corporate job. Like, I'm a corporate girl, right? And I work for a telecommunications company, and I have for 12 years. But, you know, it takes me away from my home a lot. And as glamorous as that may sound to a lot of people, I've done it quite a few years. And it's like, wah, wah, you know, it's just a little, it's, you know, I would like options. And I love my job that I'm in now. But Arbonne has filled this cup in ways that I never thought that it would. So for me, I get the best of both worlds. I get to work my corporate job, and I get to work this business alongside my corporate career, which I'm going to the top of this company. So it's just a matter of time. And me, the beautiful thing is I said yes 2 years ago when I had those self-limiting beliefs and things that I had to grow through. And it was, what are people going to think? And I don't have time for this. And the biggest thing was coming back and really viewing, where was I spending my time? I was the one that was on Instagram and Facebook, and I was scrolling through and I was clicking on everyone else's links of that I was easily influenced by, whether it be clothing or health and wellness, whatever that chalked up to be. And instead I've just shifted my time, and now I'm the one that I use my social media. That's where I primarily built my business. I will be honest, when I say I don't have time, I've had to get more strategic with my time, but I was wasting a lot of time, if I'm going to be honest. So I just had to reallocate that time. But now when I go on my work trips, a lot of it now takes me in the car, and I am so excited when I get to drive to Kansas City or St. Louis or Arkansas or wherever it may be, or the times I'm sitting in the airport and I'm waiting for my flight for work. I now use it as time to promote my business, and that is where I've primarily built my business. So as Amanda, we are so proud of her. She joined my team. She trusted me. She said yes. And let me point out too, that took a lot of courage for me. Like, I see the greatness in Amanda. obviously you guys love her. You know this. I'm not saying you don't know, but she's an incredible person. And I saw that. And we were friends prior to this, but this has only brought us closer. And I'm so fortunate for that when we speak about community. But I just want to point out, it took a lot for me. When I entered the business initially, I did not, asking people to join this business was not really for me. I had to grow through that. And that's part of it. But now it's exciting. As my girlfriend Leah says, it's like you have a ticket to Disney World. You've got an extra ticket and you want to ask somebody to join you. Treat it as a gift. It truly is a gift because it's a business, however you want to chalk it up, and it's all efforts based. So it's as much as you put in as what you're going to get out. And that may not come this month, next month. It may come down the road, but I promise it's just about consistency. So yeah, I could go on and on about self-limiting beliefs and all the things, but if you're interested in the business, we're going to talk you through all that. I told Amanda from day one, I'm going to link arms with you and we're in this together. So I would just love to end on the note that respecting everyone's time. I'm so grateful I got to share, but I literally was like, I don't even need to share. I'm so inspired when I get to hear both my girls speak here. So I was like, I'm good. But I do appreciate you listening. So I will end on this note. If you are on the call or you're listening to the recording, Amanda's your girl, so I would just encourage you, text her a 1, a 2, or a 3, and we'll keep it super simple. A 1 meaning, hey, I am mildly interested in the products. Tell me a little bit more. You know, maybe you're on your own health and wellness journey. Amanda's an incredible resource for that. She teaches me stuff every day, not just, you know, every day she's teaching us stuff. If text her a 2 if you're like, you know what, I'm interested in the products, but I'm intrigued in the business, but don't come at me hot. Like I'm dipping my toe in. I'd love to know a little bit more. Love to explore the business piece. Text her a 2. And if you are pretty sold and you're like, you know what, I would love a passive income. I'd love a side hustle, however you want to chalk it up. Or I'd love to eventually have choices too, like Jess. Text a 3 and we can tell you all about the business. And that's what Miss Sarah Keener did with me. And I'll tell you, I would say yes 1,000 times over because it has blessed my life beyond belief in ways that I never, ever, I thought I was getting this business to sell products and I really didn't even want to sell. I sell in my corporate job, but I was like, I got into this for primarily a passive income, but then obviously knowing and loving Sarah and these girls, the community is like no other. And, so yeah, I'm just so happy you're here. Thank you for supporting Amanda in this. Thank you for taking time out of your evening to hear us speak. And yeah, I'll turn it back to Amanda to say, close us out. Even though I'm the bow, but I'm going to turn it over to Amanda.
You're such a pretty bow. But yeah, thank you ladies for sharing, alongside me. And, I'll kind of end with this. I would love to get feedback, whether it's the 1, 2, or a 3, or you're like, hey, here's some positive or negative things about the call itself. Like all of that is great, but anybody that does shoot me a text, and I'll follow up with you just so you have the link in case you want to rewatch, in case you have questions, in case you want to forward it on. I've got a little fun like raffle prize for everybody that I get some feedback from. So I will put a little basket together, a little bag, just because I appreciate your time. Your time is valuable, so thank you for giving that to us. And this is just hey, whether your why is I want to start some product, whether your why is I want some passive income for my family, maybe you're like, I just need to do something different because all the things I have been doing, it's stagnant and it's not working, and I just want some change in my life. It's awesome. If you're like, I just kind of want in on this like cool kids club that like all these people are linking arms and helping each other and there for each other. There's so many different reasons why people get into this. And every Monday night we have calls where we get to hear from people that have been successful. And I mean, there's even one lady that was literally homeless when she started Arbonne, and she is now at the top of the company. So, the last thing, God equips those he calls. He does not call the equipped. If you didn't see my Facebook post from today, or you're not on social media, I will send it to you because Alyssa sent something really good. Like, we're all broken individuals to some degree. We all have places that we can grow, and we do not have to be perfect or wrapped up with a pretty little bow before God can use us, work through us, and do amazing things in our lives. So, whatever your hesitations and limitations are, I'm happy to talk with you about any of that, Arbonne or not. And I appreciate your time. I will get with you about feedback and all those things. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording for those that are watching this recorded.